Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner, and this is my review for If Loving You Was Wrong, Season 3, Episode 5. Yep, I'm really stuffy, so, I might sound a little different. Hope it does not annoy you, but I'm pretty sure it won't because most of the time my subscribers love me and my antics and my voice. So, thank you for being a watcher of Jay Lee's Corner. So, let's just get into this If Loving You Was Wrong episode. I feel like, things progress. I love it when Tyler Perry progresses stories and doesn't keep them stagnant. So, yeah, that was a good thing about today's episode. Also, I might have to say fuck Tyler Perry today. That's always a blessing. As y'all know, sometimes he gets on my dang on nerve when the stories don't progress. My hair looks crazy. Just didn't really comment today. I was sick today. So we see that Randall is still being Randall. The scene picks up right where it left off last time with Randall being at the hospital. He has to be stalking Alex because how else would he be at the hospital? Now how he got on the same floor is beyond me. But, it is what it is. And he walks off of the elevator at the same time that Alex is telling Marcy, if you don't leave me and Brad alone, I'm going to tell Randall, I'm going to tell him. Now, see, Randall got off the elevator like, what you going to tell me? How did you know she was talking about telling you something? Because my thing is, when the elevator doors were closed when she said Randall's name, she just said, I'm going to tell him. What makes you think you him, Randall? What makes you think that? Randall is a psychotic, he reminds me of a psychotic rapist. Like, he just sounds like he will rape people. And I hate that kind of character consistently being on the show. I don't know what Tyler Perry is going to do to, have Randall get his comeuppance, but he need to hurry up and do it because, Randall's antics are getting old. It is season 4 and nothing has happened to him. And I don't even care that at the end of the last season he was kidnapped and, almost hung, by the racist white family of Alex because he hasn't learned a lesson from that. If he had learned a lesson from that, I would be okay with him still being on the show and having a little bit of his antics. But he's the same crazy person he was before. So I'm looking like it almost doesn't matter that he got hugged. You know what I'm saying? So he also was asking Marcy, why she at the hospital in the first place. And of course, she's not going to tell him. And they kind of play like whatever. And then, because she's not telling him why she's there, he keeps saying, why you here, baby? Why? Again, his presence aggravates my eyeballs every damn Tuesday. Alex then plays a white woman in America and tries to make it seem like she gonna rat out Marcy. Because she's like, I'll tell you why she's here. And I'm like, did this bitch to try to act like she gonna snitch and tell when she the whole reason this whole situation's at play? Because you was fucking that lady husband. But she didn't. She said, Marcy's here because she's trying to get pregnant by Brad. But Marcy, like I told you, that's not going to happen. Leave us alone. We happy. So, in one part, she pissed Randall off because that's getting up under her skin. But for 2, she kind of still stuck it to Marcy like, yeah, I have this over you. If you don't leave us alone, I could really tell him that you're pregnant by him. And that just makes me hate hate Alex even more because, again, Alex, you're the reason, you and Randall, of course, but if y'all would have never been having an affair, none of this would be in place. So you can't, play victim and tell people how they should leave you alone. You didn't leave her husband alone. You can't mess with her husband. So whatever. Of course, that makes Randall mad. Like, oh, you want to have a baby by him? That's crazy. And Marcy, like, you know what I'm saying? Well, he said all those years that if I couldn't give you a baby, I know he can't give you a baby. And then she was like, well, obviously, I'm all dusting my shoulders off, Lord Jesus. She was like, well, obviously, you can't give Alex a baby either because that ain't your baby. I'm like, okay, sticking to him for a little moment. We see how Alex and Marcy, for a moment, a little smidget of a moment, they were going to try to work together to piss Randall off. But it was a short-lived moment. They just kept saying to each other, well, he's the actual problem. Right, Marcy? Right, Alex? And he like, oh, so now y'all going to team up on me? Y'all should have been did that. Honestly, once Randall, got unhinged even worse than when he was, started going too far. Why y'all bothering each other? Y'all should be bothering him. Drive him crazy. Why is 3 people letting one person drive all of y'all crazy? Come on now, that's just stupid. So, Randall was still No, Marcy walked away, you know. Alex, no. Alex, like, I'm taking the stairs. I ain't got time for that. I would have been walked away. We wouldn't even had a full-fledged conversation. So, you know, Alex walked away. Marcy then tries to rush to get on the elevator. And, of course, Randall gets on with her. I would have jumped off real fast. But, you know, lucky for her, she wasn't on the elevator with him alone. Because some random white blonde woman got on the elevator. And we know how Randall love white women with blonde hair. And, you know, he tells Alex, you know, I'm going to continue to stalk you, basically. She's like, well, you know, I'll be here for the next hour. Then I'm going to the market. Then I'm going to the clothes store. You know, feel free to stalk me. I'm looking like, why has no one called the police? And not Lucian. Why haven't anyone called the police to get a restraining order against him? It's the most stupidest shit ever. But, you know, now Marcy and Randall are on the elevator. And again, Randall looks like a typical stalker-ish, raper-ish ex, okay? One who's the kind of guy who be like on the hood of your car. The kind that like come out, like Travis. Randall is the older version of Travis. That's what it is. They are both psychotic, crazy people stalking a woman who does not want them anymore. Just Randall happens to be a browner skinned gentleman. Travis happens to be a lighter skinned gentleman, but they're the same damn person. Okay? So, you know, Marcy's basically bragging on how good Brad is in bed, you know, how she wants to have a baby with him, how she wants to have a baby with anyone except Randall. And, you know, Randall is basically saying how he can't believe that Brad will be better than him. She's like, well, I've adapted. I would not have been paying Randall any mind on this damn elevator, period. And, you know, he is saying, I can't believe you want to have a baby by Brad. But why do you care, okay? Ain't you in love with Alex? And it's the quintessential thing of you want to stalk Alex because you want that to be your baby. But the wife who you cheated on, you want her to still be in your grasp in some kind of way too. Randall, go ahead on with your bullshit. You know, and for me, you know, Randall then tells her, you know, your heart is still in love with me. She was like, my heart wants your heart to stop. And then she gets off the elevator. But my thing is, two things. One, I'm tired of the men harassing the women. I need it to end. Every episode, Randall is really, literally harassing women, and it's just sickening. For me, that's my personal opinion. Two, what kind of hospital was they at that it took that long to go from one floor to the other? I mean, how many floors is in this hospital? I mean, was it 100 floors? It had to be 100 floors. I have been on plenty of elevators. Now I went from floor 1 to as many as floor 40, I believe, and it didn't take us that long to get down. And I'm just saying to myself, I don't think a hospital has that many floors. It doesn't. It can't. It's impossible. And I don't think any elevator is that slow. I mean, it was slow as molasses. Oh, just got on my damn nerves. So, you know, when she's off the elevator, Marcy, she calls her lawyer, Larry. And, you know, she lets him know, look, I need you to hurry up and call Randall. Hurry up and let him know that I'm serious about this divorce because I just ran into him at the hospital. You know, he was basically stalking Alex, but now he's messing with me. And I don't have time for his bullshit. So I need you to let him know that you're representing me and that, you know, we need to get this divorce done and over with. And he's like, I'm meeting with him tonight over drinks. And she's like, no, I need it to be sooner than that. I need you to hurry up and talk to him. You know, call him before that and just talk to him. So he's like, okay, you know, I'll call him, but I'll let him know. And, you know, that's fine. So the next thing that we see is Kelly is finally out of jail. Now, I'm just happy that she got out of jail. What episode is this? This is episode. So Kelly went to jail like in episode 2. This is the quickest anybody has ever got arrested, and went somewhere and got back out without it being a whole season. Okay, Tyler Perry, you moving it on along. So, you know, Kelly out of jail. Her lawyer Ian with his old sexy self has brought her home. Of course, her home is being looked at, investigated. You know, police have it taped off and all that stuff. But you tape off houses that you raid? I've never been in a house that's been raided. But I thought the police just went in. They had all police. It was like it was a crime scene. Who knows? Who cares? Anyway, you know, Kelly goes to Nellie's house to see about Justice, where Ian is watching the cops who's at her house. You know, she goes and she talks to Justice. Of course, Justice is happy to see his mom home. You know, at first, Nellie was going to give him time to talk, but Kelly was like, no, you stay right here and you listen to this, okay? Because my son told you he's a killer and he ain't no killer. So, you know, he's like, Mom, I'm so happy you're home. You know, I'm just happy. And she's like, I'm happy too, baby. But, you know, Justice is still saying, you know, he's still saying how he killed Ramsey. He's still saying that, and how he's like, I did it to help you, Mom. You know, I did it. I killed him. I stabbed him 52 times. And, you know, I did it to get you out of jail. See, it got you out of jail. She was like, no, baby. You know, saying that isn't helping me. You know, it's making things worse. You can't say that. You know, I know you're lying. And he's like, no, but I did it. I killed him. I killed him myself. He kept repeating the same thing over and over. You know, I'm looking the wrong way, but whatever. He kept repeating the same thing over and over. And from there, Kelly sat him down. It was like, Justice, you're lying. I know you're lying. Why would you say this? You know, I can't believe it. You know, I know you didn't do it. You know, I need you to never lie. And she's like, because you saying that didn't get, because he thought him saying that is what got her out of jail. And she was like, no, that didn't get me out of jail. That's not what happened. You had no help in getting me out. That didn't help. And he was like, it didn't? And she's like, no, baby. So you can't say that. You know, if it's not you can't say it. And he was like, okay, I didn't do it. You know, I didn't kill Ramsey. I just said it to help you, Mom. I was scared. I wanted to get you out of jail. So, of course, she looks relieved. Natalie looks relieved as well. And she just tells him, you know, I need you to know to never lie to me. I need you to know you can't do things like that. You know, this makes things worse. But my thing is, Kelly, you've been there for a good 2-3 minutes. You ain't asked that boy who told him that. Why would you not? That would have been the first. Boy, who told you that? Who you talk to? Kelly didn't ask that question. No, she didn't. But Natalie, Natalie came through with the question of the year, baby. She was like, you know, Justice, who gave you all those details? Who told you that? And then he admitted that Travis called him and told him what to say, and that he repeated what Travis told him. But I'm like, okay, so finally we know, yes, it's Travis. I kept saying that it could have been someone else to make it just be more surprising, but it's Travis. I forgot what I was about to say. Oh, anyway. So Kelly then explains to him, look, Travis is not my... Because he says, Travis called me and he told me what to say. So she says, I need you to never talk to Travis again. You know, Travis is not Mommy's friend anymore. He is not your friend anymore. He is a dangerous man. You cannot talk to him point blank and period. And she then said, yeah, I'm going to get you dressed and get you to go off to school. I'm like, he deserved a day off. His mama was in jail. His mama ex-boyfriend then called him and said that he committed some murders. He done had a long night. Let him have a day off. Let him rest and relax. Matter of fact, take some time just to keep him safe for the day. But no, she wanted to get him to school. So, you know, her and Natalie walk outside, and, you know, Natalie's basically telling her it's a good thing that he told us that Travis told him this. She's like, wow, is that a good thing? You know, now my son has all these memories of someone being murdered. I'm going to have to pay to get him counseling. This is crazy. You know, Travis is trying to ruin my life. I mean, it's working. He done emptied your bank account. You're damn near going to get fired. You know, have to put your house up for collateral to get out of prison, out of jail. And you might be arrested for, well, you've been arrested for murder. So yeah, he's succeeding though, you know, all right. But Nellie then says justice is proof that Travis did it because Travis gave him the details. So, you know, but my thing is, when she was saying that, I'm looking like it kind of doesn't matter because you didn't have that conversation with Justice in front of your lawyer. It was just you and your friend. Why wouldn't you talk to Justice in front of Ian? I would have absolutely had Ian there because my thing is it's still lawyer-client privilege. Yeah, so I'm thinking Justice will be covered in some sort of way with it all, with all of it, just point blank and period, because he would then be a witness for. Then it wouldn't be a thing of you got out of jail and went and talked to your son by yourself, and then your son all of a sudden says, "Oh, Travis did it." You know what I'm saying? But Kelly ain't the smartest person in the world. So we then see that Eddie. I'm gonna wrap through this whole thing real quick because it pissed me off how they had this part. So Eddie is in the interrogation room still. You know, Lucian and Steven come in. There's two other guys in there, and one guy is their boss who they have been talking about all this time. So come to find out, Eddie monkey ass is DEA. Now look, when I tell you that was the worst plot twist ever, solely because Eddie is the dirtiest cop, dirtiest DEA, dirty everything. And I don't like how now this is his saving grace that he's DEA. Not only that, Lucian and Steven cover is blown, so they can't even catch Eddie up in no shit because he's not going to do nothing in front of them anywhere because he DEA and he know they FBI. Tyler, that part pissed me off. I mean, I would have expected anything else I don't. Tyler protects men. That is what this show shows. He protects the men of the show. The women get screwed, the men don't. That's the bottom line of it. And it's kind of frustrating because I'm like, Eddie done drugs. We know for a fact he shot Ben. We know for a fact that he killed Andrew because he shot and killed Andrew. We know for a fact that he was trying to hang Randall. We know for a fact he's in with the cartel and in with them to a part to where even if he's undercover, because they say he's undercover DEA because he was trying to infiltrate the Escada cartel. Now the Escada cartel ain't even been nowhere on this season. But, you know, that's why Eddie has always been so cocky and just doing whatever he wants. But I'm like, and he was also brought in to, you know, bring down the captain, who they're saying the captain was also in on all those rookies getting killed and everything. But, I mean, Eddie's DEA, that's where he was for those 3 years. It pissed me off. I mean, it really, really did. I was not happy about it. It wasn't a good plot twist to me. Like, Lucian being FBI was a good plot twist. But Eddie being DA, this means he'll be on the show for a few. I don't know when this show gonna end or whatever, but I hope. This is what I hope. I hope Tyler Perry doesn't end this show before Eddie and Randall get their comeuppance, and I'm gonna leave it at that. You know, Lucius, of course, is pissed off because we did all this work. Our currents are blown. You know, he's DA. It sounds like some bullshit. And him and Steven just has to play along and try to keep adding stuff that Eddie do. But he ain't gonna do nothing in front of them anymore. Stupidest shit ever. You know what I'm saying? You know, and even Lucian and Steven's boss is saying, you know, sometimes you have to play with the devil. No, you have to play with a demon to trap a devil. I don't want to play with the demon or devil, okay? I just want them both gone. I don't want to play with a demon to get a devil. I don't want to be in the presence of a devil. I ain't trying to go through all that. And, you know, that kind of just pissed me off. So, there's a little scene where, you know, Kelly and Nellie go tell Ian, her lawyer, that it was Travis. That Travis is the one who called Justice. How Justice just admitted to them that it was Travis who called him and gave him the details. And Ian was like, don't say that out loud. Don't tell nobody else that. And they was like, well, why not? And he was like, because the DA would just say that you told him to say that. You know, I have to get some more information. I'm going to talk to some people at my firm to see where to go from here. Because, you know, they can use that against you and put your son on the stand and say that you told him to say that, and then it will just look bad on you. He's like, so, you know, let me handle it, you know, don't do nothing else about that. So, there was a small scene of Marcy and Ian. He's finally viewed the little house across the street that he wants, and he wants it, basically. It's you know, cut and dry. We do find out that Ian is divorced, that he has 3 sons, and the reason he's looking for a house because he has his sons a lot and he needs more space. So the house that is across the street from, you know, everybody else on the show, he would not be a neighbor, which is cool because that means he's going to at least be a cast member for, you know, a while or whatnot. Let's hope he don't get killed or something stupid. Let's hope he's a good guy, because Ramsey was a good guy and he got murdered. I mean, you know, it's just stupid. Even when Esperanza was dating old boy Julius, and we thought Julius was a good guy, he turned out to be dang on crazy cartel dude. So crazy. So other than that, Esperanza comes home and she hears somebody in her shower. So she go get her gun. And her gun's in the lockbox. Great, you know, bravo. Because she was so on Kelly's case about her gun. Anywho, come to find out, it's Eddie. My thing is, how Eddie keep getting in her house? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can't deal with a person who just totally disrespects me in my space. I mean, why is he always just in her space? And she kind of just let it happen. So she's like, what are you doing here? Did you break out of jail? Or, you know, are you on the run? He like, no, I'm a Teflon Don. You know, I'm magical. I got off. You know, it is what it is. I'm here taking a shower. And she keeps saying, you know, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out. And he keeps saying, no. He's saying how they raided his house. His house was flipped, all that stuff was broken. So, you know, for the time being, they're going to be roommates. Say what now? You going to be what? Excuse me, say what? But he do that because she allows him to think he has the power to do that. And it just irks my nerve. So she's not for it. She then calls Lucian because she thinks Eddie broke out and he had not at her house. So Lucian is like, are you looking for Eddie? And he's like, no, why? And she's like, because he's at my house taking a shower, and I'm just wondering what's going on. You know, why isn't he in custody? Lucian just says, you know, he cut a deal. She's like, what kind of deal? And he was like, Eddie gonna have to tell you what happened, you know, but he cut a deal. We're not looking for him. It is what it is. And he kind of ends the phone call. You know, she of course doesn't like it because he's still saying, you know, I'm always around. You know, don't you notice that I'm never gonna leave you alone? We're gonna be a family. You know, I'm gonna be a good father. We're gonna get back together. Just talking crazy. And she's like, what? You're delusional. You know, get out my house. And he's like, you know, I'm not going to. Now he's standing around naked. She then just got bow, bow, bow. I mean, she just started shooting. I'm looking like, girl, what's going on with you? What is you doing? She's shooting all over the place. Then he's trying to scramble away and get away. And he's naked, so it's funny. Of course, they don't show him his butt or his penis or whatever, but it's still funny to think he was naked getting shot at. He's like, girl, what's wrong with you? She's like, get out of my house, Ed. And she's shooting, like, in the bathroom, in the front of the house. I mean, she gonna explain these bullet wounds, I mean, these gunshots, but, you know, it's what it is. And, you know, he gets out the house and he's naked. And he's like, can I get my clothes? And she was like, no, don't come back. I'm getting lock chains. Don't come back here. So, you know, that to me was funny. I laughed about that one. Next we see that Larry, Marcy's attorney, calls Randall. And he basically lets Randall know, hey, I know we are supposed to meet up for drinks tonight. And Randall's like, yeah, we are. You know, I'll see you at 7. He's like, but wait, you know, before that, I want to talk to you. I want to let you know, Marcy came to see me. And he's like, what? For what? And he's like, well, you know, she wants me to represent her in y'all divorce. And he was like, and you laughed her ass right out your office, right? And he was like, well, no. And she was like, what? You know, you're my friend. And he was like, well, you know how I feel about you both. I'm friends with you both. And, you know, I can make this thing be really easy and really smooth. And he was like, I don't want it to be easy. I don't want it to be smooth, you know. You know what? You can go to hell and don't call me anymore. And then he just hangs up on him. Because, of course, you know, Randall's crazy as hell. So, from there, we see Randall was putting up a floodlight on the side of his house. So, Brad looking out his window like, why does it look like it's because it was my goddamn house? So Brad comes outside, he's like, Randall, what are you doing? Randall's up on the ladder, you know, up by his bedroom window on that level. And he's like, I'm putting up a light, you know, I don't want any random people, you know, coming through here, you know, me not knowing somebody in my backyard, you know, how you are. So Brad's like, but it's pointed right at our bedroom. And he was like, no, I think it's going towards the alley. He was like, no, it's pointed at our room, you don't take it down. So Randall not listening. Randall is trying to get up under Brad's skin. Now, while this is happening, Ian and Marcy are leaving from the house across the street that he just viewed that he wants to get. So he gets in his car. He's about to pull off. But Marcy see Randall and Brad, so she's in her car sitting and she's watching them because it's entertainment. And so, you know, they kind of go back and forth or whatever. And Brad says, you know what, Randall, if you keep fucking with us, I'm gonna beat your ass. It's what he basically said. Like, I'm gonna beat your ass if you keep messing with me and Alex. And, you know, Randall's like, I'd like to see you try. He's like, you know, Randall, take the light down. And he's like, and what's that camera right there that's pointing towards our house? And it's the little motion camera he has, but no one noticed it until Brad and Alex didn't notice it until now. He was like, so that's pointing at my house too? Take it down. And Randall's like, nope, I ain't taking nothing down. And he's like, so Brad keeps saying to him, take it down, leave it alone. I'm warning you, I'm warning you, I'm warning you. Now, as Brad is saying that, Randall is saying stuff like, yeah, you know, I heard that Marcy wants to have your baby. You know, that's crazy. You know, Marcy wants to have your baby. You know, Alex has a baby that isn't yours. You know, that's just crazy. So Brad not even letting him get into his head. He keeps saying, Randall, I'm telling you, I'm warning you, take it down, take it down, take it down. And, you know, he's not doing it. And Randall walks up to the ladder and just pushes the ladder over. And of course, Randall comes flying down and he falls and he hits the ground. Now, me, myself, I want to see him like go face first and like break a leg or something crazy because I hate Randall. But when it happened, Marcy busts out laughing in her car. Brad then pulls the ladder back up, climbs the ladder, pulls out the floodlight. He then takes out the motion camera on the side of the house and he walks away. And Randall on the ground said, I'm going to sue you. I'm going to have you arrested. I'm going to call the police. Oh, I'm hurt. Oh, I'm hurt. And I'm just like, it's just funny. So, you know, Marcy grabs back like, you should stop messing with him. You know, you're nothing, Randall. And Randall's on the ground and she's, you know, rolling driving away laughing. And then we see Randall call the police on Brad, like, I just got pushed off a ladder. I need the police and the ambulance. I'm hurt. My neighbor did it. Brad Montgomery. I'm like, you won't snitch out in these streets. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. So the last scene that we see is, Alex she's at her doctor's appointment to see her doctor for the baby. And she's saying, thank you so much for what you did for me. And the doctor like, oh, what are you talking about? And she was like, I just wanted to say thank you for helping me out with that thing. And she's like, what are you talking about? She was like, I know you saw how how Brandon was messing with me, and how you helped with the DNA test. And she was like, I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about? She was like, we had the DNA test and the results came back negative. So thank you for doing that. She was like, if you're insinuating that I changed the test, I had nothing to do with that. And she was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't do that. She was like, yes, I know that Randall was upsetting you, but she was like, I had nothing to do with the test at all. And so Alex was like, but the test came back negative. She was like, okay, but I didn't have anything. I didn't do anything. And she was like, you're cool and all. Like, I like you, but I wouldn't dare risk my career for you at all. And she was like, so I have another patient coming in, so, feel free to see yourself out. And I'm like, I wonder if they switched up the babies. Like, what if the babies were switched at birth and they gave her the wrong black baby? Because remember, she didn't like her baby in the beginning. She wouldn't look at the baby. She wouldn't do whatever with the baby. She was just not wanting to be with the baby. What if the babies got switched? And that's how the baby isn't Randall, because it's not their baby in the first place. Now at first I thought, what if when she had the baby wasn't black? But I'm like, no, the doctor would have known that a black baby came out. Because you can't birth a white baby, they give you a black baby, or vice versa. So I'm like, we know the baby had to have been black, but it doesn't mean that they gave her the right black baby. Think about that. And that's how it basically goes off. So, like I said, it was a good progressive episode. Things happened. I would laugh my ass off when Miranda was talking off of the ladder. So, yeah, I can't wait for next week. It does look interesting. So, that was my review for If Loving You Was Wrong. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. Until next time, people, peace.